What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as Dash and the S&P 500. As you guys know, we do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every single week with your guys' help. So definitely leave a comment down below as to what your favorite altcoin is that you would like to see reviewed here on next week's episodes. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is obviously yesterday I made, or 2 days ago, I made a countdown, 2 days left, 1 day left, basically. We were pretty much trying to figure out when the break below support is for some of these major cryptocurrencies. I'm fairly certain that the next couple of days will eventually see prices reverse lower. As much as people want to see a bullish break and an explosion from Bitcoin from $33,000 all the way up to $50,000, I just don't think it's likely to happen right this very second or within this month. I do believe we are going to do that, but not within the first few months. I still believe we are in a bear market reversing lower. Once we retest bottom supports and we find that bottom, that reversal point, and start to head up higher, then we'll expect to see prices rise. But until then, I do believe there are some supports that do need to be retested and broken through to unfortunately head us lower, which obviously we can short the market, or, you know, we'll just explain more in today's video. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's episode. Yeah, guys, so as you can see right here, we did make 2 videos yesterday. We talked about how there's 2 days left, 1 day left. It's unfortunate. You know, I was trying to pretty much pinpoint where this breakout would be, and I'll, you know, talk about that a little bit more. You can see top 10 cryptocurrencies. Everything is, for the most part, trading sideways. It says 0.23% up, but it really just doesn't appear to be that. I mean, maybe it's just consolidating, but most of these cryptocurrencies, at least for the top 10, seem to be fairly bearish in the way they've been moving. They're down about maybe 1 to 2% at most across the board here. Now, the reason I hinted at 2 days left, 1 day left, so on and so forth, is mainly because you can see right here how we've been looking. Yesterday actually got us extremely close to correcting, you know, to the downside. We had our support level at 57 cents for XRP that we slightly retested. We came up to 58 cents, not 57. And then we reversed back up, and now today we're starting to reject off that downtrend here. So as much as I wanted to see prices start to intertwine with this support level right here, it didn't do that at that very second. And I do believe we are going to see that very soon. But the goal was to get as many people to understand this and see the possibilities of reversing lower than that. So obviously new targets have been set. They're fairly similar with ones we've talked about in the past here. But you can see for the most part on these major cryptocurrencies, there are major downtrends and descending fractals that are forming, that are pushing us lower and lower and lower to eventually retest those bottom supports. XRP, it's clearly at 56, 57 cents. Ethereum, you can see the descending fractal right here, reversing off of its downtrend and moving average. Bitcoin has its descending fractal, Dash has its descending fractal, and everything has some sort of bottom, which, you know, for Dash is 117, for Bitcoin it's 30K, for Ethereum it's like 1800, and so on and so forth. So we are still anticipating some sort of pull to the downside, because at some point or another we're going to get sandwiched, time is going to run out, and we are going to start to battle the support level that we have and the downtrend that's been pulling this coin lower and lower. And it just is a consistent thing here. Yes, we had these, you know, lower highs form, but eventually we had lower lows. You know, constant movements where we've been retesting, trying to break above this downtrend here, and it hasn't happened. Constantly, we've been retesting it, trying to break above here and correcting to the upside, and it hasn't worked. So ultimately, we're getting sandwiched in between here. There's a good chance we're going to break and correct lower. That's the pattern that I'm looking for. We're getting sandwiched with the downtrend, creating these lower highs, and you can see we do have this support level at 56 cents, about that. So if we close closer to about 55 cents, we close the daily below that. That's what I'm anticipating to be this big drop to 27 cents. Then we'll consolidate in. Hopefully that will be the bottom as for August, and then hopefully we start to reverse back to the upside. But I'm really betting on a reversal here. That's what I'm looking for within the market. That's really what the markets are showing as signs of correction to the downside. But as most people are, they're getting bored. Things are getting stagnant. Prices really aren't moving. And, when volume is so low, people get, impatient. They don't want to be invested into things like this. They find other things to invest their time and money into. So it's unfortunate, but for those that are consistent with trading in this, they understand this, we will be at the perfect position to buy in to hold for the long term, as well as buy into either short or buy long the market and leverage it to the upside. Regardless, either way, we're going to be in it to make profit. It doesn't matter which way we look at it. The people that bought in quick, then now they're seeing the markets drop, that sold off, they're going to have to figure out another way to invest because maybe this market isn't for them. But for us, it's very simple and easy to capitalize off these runs. And we're now even better prepared since 2017. We have even more skill. We've seen the bottom. We've seen what happens. And, we're going to be able to capitalize on those runs. So for Ethereum, for example, hitting its descending fractal here, forming lower highs, you can see clear as day, hitting its possible resistance right here at the moving average, there's a good chance we're going to consolidate down here, if not even lower to this support level. And you can see the real keeper that I'm looking at is for Bitcoin. Why? Let me explain. So Bitcoin does have, the downtrend right here. We talked about numerous times. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but the apex is right around this level here, where you can see we could form another higher low, something like this, and that would be the third confirmation, 1, 2, and then 3. And you can see where these middle moving averages form, where the downtrend forms, the uptrend, and the resistance level. All is about $40,000. And you can see it's been acting as such for months now. Ever since ultimately the beginning of January of 2021, we've been trading inside 30 and 40K for days and days and days and days. You can see we started this back May 19th. We've had the rest of May. We've had all of June. We're now about to be the middle of July, and still we have not seen any sort of movement to break us either above or below this moving average and these resistances in this channel. What we did start to see is a descending fractal form where prices have literally just been creating lower highs and lower lows constantly, where there's been a clear resistance level and a clear bottom support, all in a descending fractal formation, pushing prices lower and lower. We did have a slight resistance in the middle here at 35,000. Not as accurate, not something I would base my trades off of, but it is pushing these coins lower and lower and lower, but getting us very close to retesting the $30,000 support level that we have. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see how we react to here. Regardless, once we see confirmation of a retest on 30K, that's enough volume that will allow us to either buy in and leverage it all the way up from 30 to 35, if not 40, or breaking us bearish through 30K, pulling us all the way down to $20,000, which would be the next drop. And what I'm anticipating, because there's no volume here, 20 to 30 was a straight shot. There's no supports holding this coin up. So if we break below 30K, it's pretty much just going to be a free fall straight down. Big volume leaving the market. Will easily capitalize off a short and make money on the way down and leverage it to the downside. Very easy to do. We use BitYard, link in the description if you want to. Very easy to leverage trade. You just move the leverage indicator, type in how much you want to trade on margin, click sell, and then you can short it. And then on your orders and your live positions, you can create a stop loss, so on and so forth. They also have a demo account, which I highly recommend. I use this all the time. Definitely recommend you guys to do that too. Free to use. You could just trade around and test your skills. And if you're good at it, then you can play around with real crypto. But moving forward, you can see ultimately why I've been saying that, maybe yesterday would have been the day or today would have been the day is because prices yesterday were trading at about 32. We were anticipating potentially us retesting about $30,000, if not the day before here, retesting 30K. We didn't do it. It's unfortunate, but that's fine. Ultimately, it's to draw everyone's attention to understanding the descending fractal that's forming here, and that even though I wasn't right with the perfect timing of breakout, which was anticipated because there still is this big descending fractal here, which I'm extending farther, there is still possibility of seeing prices, consolidate in here and then break through the bottom support level, and then we'll see that big correction or big reversal back up. But regardless, once we see 30K, that's the buying opportunity. Dash, the same thing applies itself. Dash is set at about 115, 120. If we close below there, then we can anticipate a bigger reversal and a bigger, short swing to the downside, which could swing us down to maybe about $65. You can see the next support is kind of right over here. So that could be the next reversal. As for the S&P 500, well, that actually did really well yesterday. That's, to my surprise, even higher than it's ever done. Big play and a big swing to the upside. Markets are looking very nice for the S&P 500. Overall, we've shot up like 90 to 100% since March, which is insane, but things are looking okay. But hopefully that sums up everything for you guys. We are still very close here just because I was off by a day. I still believe we are going to see bigger corrections, bigger swings. It's just waiting and being patient. As you can see, last time, I mean, if you just compare this, look at how long this took us. I just want you guys to understand. When you compare, I just want the date range, here we go. From the original start to where we are now, took about 53 days. That can be very long for cryptocurrency. This break right here took about 30 days. So in a month, we went from a price of $30,000 all the way up to like 42. And there was a lot of, manipulation and volume between them. Another, month from January to February shot us up from 30K to 58K. We went up $30,000 in less than a month. That's enough volume to get people interested. And this continued to happen for months, from January all the way up to April. Now we're starting to see the reversal. And there was a lot of interest here. But once we started to just trade stagnant and trade sideways, that's when people lost interest. Regardless, that's usually a sign that bigger volumes are coming, or bigger volumes coming. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.